What's up, YouTube friends? I'm Brian Hewitt of Hewitt Films, and today me and Michael Fitzgerald of Fiendish Films are checking out the legend of the Pink Hill Ghosts. So right behind me is the supposed hotel where this Zella Droff used to go to a dance hall and sneak out, getting away from her husband at night. I guess her husband didn't like the fact that he didn't like the fact that she socialized and wanted to socialize, but she used to sneak out of the house at night and come here to go to dances. And so the legend of this story is that Zella Droff was murdered in the 1870s by her husband for attending dances here at the former Pitcher Hotel, which is this location here. Her ghost returns to travelers on Pink Hill Road. So supposedly, from what the story says, is that she was murdered, she came home, and the husband woke up in the middle of the night and stabbed her with a butcher knife. Apparently, the house was down the road here. I'm guessing it's this direction. And apparently the house stayed with the blood-soaked walls for years unattended because no one knows what happened to the husband. But ever since then, her ghost walks this road. One night a traveler picked her up and brought her to this location for a dance. He then brought her back down the road and she disappeared into the night, where he found and picked her up. Apparently, he gave her a turtle shell comb, and it was found in the graveyard on her grave the next day. We're going to go check out the graveyard to see if there is any evidence of her grave there. So down the hill from the hotel, there's this cemetery called the Hinman Cemetery. Now, we don't know if this is where Zella was buried. It says that she was buried on Pink Hill Road, but we can't get to it. It's back over here. We can't get to it. There's just no way. I mean, with the snow and the ice, it's almost impossible to get to. So we're just going to check some of the graves in this small cemetery. Hannah, 1833. Some of them are even hard to read. They're so old. $1815, wow. Memory of Richard Hakes, July 5th, 1850, age 78. Life is uncertain, death is sure. Sin is around, and Christ the one. 1810, wow. And this cemetery is very, very small and flooded. If you can see over here, there's a lot of water. We had to cross down there just to get up here. But so far, I don't see any Zella Droff grave, at least in this cemetery. What do you think, Mike?
I don't suspect this is the cemetery in question, but most of the gravestones are well worn away and in quite a state of disrepair. Some of them broken, some of them simply fallen over, overgrown with moss.
That's too bad someone couldn't restore these. I mean, that one's flooded, you can see.
Yeah.
And there's the one over there that's completely flooded. So we didn't get any evidence of or found a grave for Zella Droff because we couldn't get to the cemetery, which was really unfortunate because the cemetery was located when we got to this hill. I mean, there was like this much ice there, and the hill was super steep. I mean, you couldn't even though I have a four-wheel drive Jeep with snow tires, there was no way I was gonna. It was. I mean, we're in the middle of nowhere, and it's in the middle of the woods. And if we went up into that cemetery and got stuck, we could have been there a long time. Anyways, as far as the pink ghost legend itself, we're going to actually continue this video and go back up to check the graveyard, see if we can find a grave, see why there's a Legends and Lore sign there. There's got to be a reason for it. I mean, they have one for 13 curves, and people have supposedly seen a ghost. I haven't, and I investigated 13 curves several times, and we couldn't find any historic proof on it either. And I can't find any historic proof on Zella Droff's story, the Pink Hill Ghost. It may just be a legend that just over the years just became what it was. I mean, it's almost like the legend of Sleepy Hollow. You have the Headless Horseman. There's a Legends and Lore sign there. I mean, it's a beautiful town. It's a great historic setting, and it's a beautiful story. But is it just a story like the Pink Hill Ghost and the 13 Curves Bride? Is it just a story and legend? There would be more to it if we found a grave of Zella Droff in that cemetery. But we're going to have to go back and check it out. I'm going to definitely go back in the spring and see if I can find the grave of her. Now, I checked online, and it said there was no mention of that person's name in that particular Pink Hill Road cemetery. And I checked the other cemeteries, like the one we were at that was kind of flooded, and there's no name. Plus, we were there personally and looking at the graves. So I don't know, folks. I don't know. I'm definitely going to investigate it some more, just for fun, and that'll be another episode. I'm Brian Hewitt at Hewitt Films. If you like this video, leave a like, leave a comment down below. Please subscribe to Hewitt Films. Thank you.